Hi there, welcome to your second video in your beginners Pilates course. As we talked through in the first video, it's important that we get our alignment first, and your first video built the basis of that core connection, that core control, and to mobilize the body. So I'd like you to go back to that one and make sure you do those moves before we progress to this one next. So we start again with that alignment before we do anything else. So again, as we said before, feet together, squeeze the inner thighs nice and tight. Turn the toes to the corner of the room and then realign the heels, feet directly under the hips. Evenly distributing our weight side to side, forward and back, getting that pelvis in its nice neutral position, bracing our core nice and tight and rolling our shoulders back and down. Standing nice and tall, imagine that bit of string pulling us up through the vertebrae so we've got that nice connection. Focusing in on that breath as we talked about previously, making sure that we feel that diaphragm lift and lower with the breath, and we brace our core. So we're not sucking those abdominals in, but we're holding a nice connection through that core. Still breathing throughout the time, but imagining we're zipping up a pair of jeans and we've got that nice core connection. So once you've taken yourself through those mobility moves, we're going to go back to the last move that we did on our previous video, which is our roll down. This is going to transition us into our next move. So our roll down, we've got that nice position. We're going to bring our chin to our chest, and now we're going to think about articulating through the spine. We roll the hands down the thighs. When we reach our midway point, we're going to draw that belly button to the spine. I want you to round through the back, and then we release back down, and then we slowly draw it back up. Head comes up last. We take a nice big shoulder roll. We're going to go again, so chin to chest, slowly roll our body down. Bring it to that halfway point, then draw the belly button to the spine, rounding through the back. Release it down, and then slowly drawing it all the way back up. And a nice big shoulder roll. So we've finished with the last move that we did, which is taking ourselves as far down as we can go. So chin to chest, slowly roll the body down. This time, if you can, you're taking it down past the knees. You're going to take it to your lowest point, wherever your mobility will allow. You're going to hold there. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to restack our spine one vertebrae at a time. Bringing ourselves all the way up to that top position and taking that nice shoulder roll, bringing the shoulders back and down. We're going to transition from here down to our mat. So we use this move to transition chin to chest, slowly rolling the body down as far as we can. When you reach your lowest point, wherever it may be, we're going to just take our hands forward on our mat, and we're going to just bend at the knees, and we're going to bring ourselves down onto hands and knees. Now we want our hands under our shoulders and knees directly under the hips, just spreading the fingers on the hands so we're evenly distributing that weight between the hands as well. The knees are directly under the hips and the core is still braced, remembering that nice connection. Now our body weight is centered. We're not allowing it to move too far forward over the hands, otherwise we put pressure in the wrists, and we're not drawing it too far back towards our heels, otherwise we won't have that connection. So we're going to bring ourselves nice and centered, make sure we can feel that. Spine stays nice and long and the gaze stays towards our mat. Now we're going to work core stability with this move. So we're going to start by just extending one arm forward, trying to keep the body nice and still, and then we release back down. So anytime we lift a limb from this position, the core has got to work to stabilize the hips and the pelvis. So using the breath, we exhale as we lengthen the limbs away, and we inhale as we bring it back. Now as you extend the arm, palm faces in, thumb points up towards the ceiling. Take it nice and slow and controlled. That core is active, stabilizing the pelvis and the spine. Anytime you need to drop it back, just to circle those wrists, feel free to. So we're going to add on from here. This time what we're going to do is we're going to extend alternating legs. So again, body weight is centered. We extend one leg out. Now our core is working to stabilize the pelvis. We want to lengthen that leg hip height and we're going to lower back down. We're going to alternate sides. Now our body weight will be transitioning slightly side to side. And the core is working to stabilize the pelvis. Now when we lengthen, I want you to think about those hips. Make sure the hip is facing towards your mat still. And then release down. So we exhale as we lengthen. We inhale as we draw back in. Gaze stays towards the mat. And remember that nice controlled pace. Remember our ABCs. Alignment. Gaze towards the mat. Spine alignment. Our breathe in. Our B. Exhale as we lengthen. And see that control. And that control comes from that nice pace this time. So the core has to remain active to keep the hips towards the mat. Again, anytime you need, drop it back, circle those wrists. For those that are ready to, we're going to transition on. So this time we're going to extend opposite arm and leg. Now the core works harder to stabilize us. Feel free to place a cushion under the knees if you need. Exhale as we lengthen away. Inhale as we draw back in. Keep those hips facing towards your mat. Do not let the pelvis rotate. Use the breath. Use that nice slow controlled pace. Good, you've got 4. 3. Now if it's too much, extend in both. Then stay with just arms, just legs. If you find you are wobbling when you lift the limbs, that's okay. That's where we're training our core to stabilize the hips and the pelvis. So that wobble is okay. Go slow. The more we practice, the more the core will engage and stabilize us. We're going to do just 2 more here. Remembering that body weight is staying centered. Last one. Good. Bringing it in. Just dropping the weight back towards your heels. Bring ourselves up. Circle off those wrists. Just release through the wrists. Really good. So that's all core stability, making sure those hips still face towards your mat, stabilizing the body. We're now going to focus a little bit on the back of the body to strengthen the back of the body for the posture. So we're going to lay ourselves down onto our mat. Now, move 1. We're going to keep our gaze down towards the mat. We're going to rest our forehead onto our hands. Now we're going to have a nice length through the body. And we're going to think about those glutes, our bottom. We're going to squeeze our glutes. Now we take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift one leg slightly. Now I want you to think about squeezing into the glute as you lift and then lower. Your hips must stay facing towards the mat, so be careful the body doesn't start to rock side to side. We lift and lower. Alternate sides. And again, we're not lifting very high. We're keeping that control. Good. Really think about that squeeze into the bottom. For 4. 3. 2. Good. Last one. Now we're going to add on from here. That was our nice slow single leg lifts. We're stabilizing the pelvis, keeping those hips down, and we're working into the glutes and the back of the body, that posterior chain. Now move 2, we're going to just increase this movement now. So we're going to continue to rest our head down, but this time we're going to speed those legs up a little bit. So we're going to lift the legs off the floor and we're going to flutter kick them. So small little flutter kicks, as if we're swimming, squeezing into those glutes. Keep the hips down towards your mat, so be careful the body doesn't start to rock side to side. Keep squeezing those glutes. Lovely. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just rest it there. Lovely. We're going to bring that focus into the upper body now. So we're going to extend our arms to the corners of our mats. Palms face in, thumbs pointing up. The gaze stays towards your mat. Legs stay down. This time I want you to think of that V shape with the hands. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to draw those elbows back and down into our W shape. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. We're then going to lengthen back out to that V and place the hands down. We're going to lift, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, lengthen and lower. Keep going. Now remember that alignment. The gaze remains towards the mat. Try not to look up, otherwise we take that alignment out of the spine. Legs stay down on the ground. I want you to feel the shoulder blades drawing back and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Last one. Release it there. Really lovely. We're going to roll to our side. So I want you just to roll to your side. Now you can rest your head down on your arm, or if you're comfortable, feel free to bring yourself up, resting on your forearm. You can move between those positions anytime you need. So if you are lifted and it starts to ache on your shoulder, feel free to drop it down. Now I want you to draw your knees forward to 90 degrees. And we're going to glue our feet together. Now again, we think alignment even though we're in this position. So our hips are stacked one on top of the other. Try not to let the hips roll forwards or backwards. And our shoulders are stacked. So we've got that nice connection into the core. Our feet are glued together and we're going to lift and lower that top leg. So we take our clam movement. We're not here for long. Good. So we're starting to strengthen into the hips and the glutes. Keeping those feet together, keeping those hips nicely stacked. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Last one. Lovely. We're going to just push ourselves up to our seated position. Now what I want you to do is sit nice and tall on your tailbone, lengthen your legs out. We're going to lift nice and tall. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're just going to reach forwards, so rounding through the spine. Think about drawing the belly button in. This is our spine stretch, just releasing through the body. You don't need to reach your feet. You take it as far as you can comfortably go. And then releasing off, and we change sides. So we're going to lay ourselves down. Again, remember your options. Lay yourself all the way down and prop yourself up. Draw your knees in, glue your feet together, and here we go. We're going to lift and lower. So remember that nice alignment. My hand is on my hip, making sure my hips are staying in alignment. You got to keep those shoulders stacked. Try not to let them roll forwards or backwards. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. Give it a little shake out if you need. Pushing ourselves up again to our seated position. Lengthening those legs out. Sit nice and tall on that tailbone. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just reach forwards. Good. Releasing off. Just extend the arms out, shoulder height. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we're just going to rotate. Try to keep the hips nice and still. Just work that spine mobility. And then change sides. Good. 2 more. And last one. Good. Bring it back to center. Release those arms. Roll through the shoulders. Really well done. So that's the end of video 2. In your beginners course, we will keep progressing until we finish with a combination of all of our moves and a full session. So well done. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.